Welcome to 5 tips to help with physical wellness. My name is Maria Newman and I'm going to give you 5 tips to help with physical wellness. So to start with, let's keep it simple. Tip number 1, drink plenty of water. Now this is one that previously I've been pretty bad at, but over time I've learnt to drink a lot of water. It wasn't that I'd forget to drink water, it's just I wouldn't think to drink water. But we know it's good for us. Anyway, after everything is said and done, we know we need to keep ourselves hydrated. And it is really good for the body because it helps our body remove waste, it's good for the skin, and also it gives us energy. So tip number 1, drink plenty of water. So let's step it up a level. Tip number 2, have a wake-up routine. Now I don't know about you, but when my alarm goes off, it's not like I jump out of bed ready to attack the day. I like to get up in my own time. I like to have a routine that wakes up my body and mentally gets me ready for the day ahead. It's very simple. I like to do something that hydrates the body, whether that's having a cup of herbal tea or a glass of water. I then like to do a few exercises that wakes my body up physically. I then like to take some deep breaths, something that starts to wake up your internal system. And then I do a little bit of visualization and gratitude to again get me mentally ready for the day ahead, whatever it is, putting me in the right frame of mind to approach the day. So what about you? What could your wake-up routine be? Something that is simple that fits into your day. Tip number 2, have a wake-up routine. So in the morning, you're waking up your body. Similarly, you need to then wind your body down. So tip number 3 is have an evening routine. What do I mean by an evening routine? Anything that starts to signal to both your mind and your body that you're about to go to bed, and so you need to start that process to get your mind and body ready for it. And that could be anything. It could be as simple as switching off the television at a set time every evening and going up to bed at the same time every evening. It might be that every evening you have a bath and that's signalling to the body that you're about to go to bed. It might be as easy as just doing a mindfulness activity before you go to bed. Whatever it takes to send the right signals to your mind and to your body that you're about to go to bed and therefore you need to start to wind down. So my tip number 3 is have an evening routine. So now we need to look at what's going on up here. Yes, you may not think it is physical wellness, but it does manifest itself in the body. So tip number 4 is manage your inner critic. Now your inner critic will be chatting away at you properly throughout the whole day. And if you can manage your inner critic, then you'll be less distracted by what your inner critic has to say. To make your inner critic more real and to also divorce your inner critic from yourself, maybe give your inner critic a name. If your inner critic has a name, then she or he cannot be part of you. Start to understand where that chatter is coming from. What is your inner critic saying to you? Is it always a case of you are not good enough? That's your own confidence talking to you. So start to understand what those beliefs may be from where your inner critic is coming from. Then acknowledge that whatever is being said is not real. It isn't reality, because your inner critic is usually talking about something that probably hasn't happened yet. So acknowledge that it is not real. And then finally, change the story. Whatever the repetitive conversation is, change it to a positive conversation. Yes, this does take practice. This does take time. But the more you do this, the more likely is that it will change the habit and you will be able to manage your inner critic. So, tip number 4, manage your inner critic. And then finally, and just as important as the other 4, getting some exercise. So tip number 5, do some exercise. Yes, you may not be a gym buddy, but you may enjoy going for long walks. That's still exercise. Anything that gets your heart rate up and that gets you focused on what you're doing in that one moment in time. You may enjoy team sports. You may enjoy netball, football, rugby, doing something like going swimming. Whatever it is, to remove yourself from the situation that is getting you stressed and to focus on your physical wellness. So tip number 5 is do some exercise. That's 5 tips to help with physical wellness. If you've enjoyed watching this video, then please like, subscribe and comment below. I shall see you next time.